Hello dog lovers and YouTube dwellers. Welcome to my video. Let's first define what a great guarding dog is. There are two definitions to it. From an urban perspective where we stay, we live in the city and we've got houses in close proximity and all that. In an urban setting, what does it mean? It may if guarding means that he's he's alert, he barks if somebody approaches the gate, you know then yeah, but is that guarding, right? Would you call that guarding? What if an intruder has an intention to walk in, and actually come inside and perform a criminal act, whatever that act may be, whether it's stealing or whatnot, or trying to cause damage to property or whatnot. Okay, now here, and again, this is my opinion, guys. There are always exceptions. You know what I mean? There are always exceptions, but in my opinion, without any specific training for protection work and bite work, he is not going to be able to stop that person, because the moment someone with so much of resilience is going to walk in, he's probably he's just friendly. See, one thing you need to understand is any dog which was bred to be dog aggressive for dog fights and all that has to be human friendly, because the dog is going to be handled by so many people. Imagine a ring. A ring is a noisy place. You have gambling happening, so there are a lot of people who put in their money. They're chanting, they're yelling, they're screaming, and then you got two or three people from the within the ring from the opponent dog's side, right? And then you 2-3 people here, and then you also have what do you call a referee, so to speak. So you have so many human beings around. A dog has to focus on his opponent, not on the opponent's handler, or not on and not run away towards the crowd and be aggressive towards the crowd, or rather be afraid of the crowd either. He has to ignore all that, sort of, get through the dead meat and clear away the dead meat and get to the bone, so to speak. And the bone there, the bone of contention there is his opponent, is this other dog, right? So when a dog is bred for that purpose, how on earth is he going to be human aggressive? He's going to be human friendly, because his aggression is always going to kick in the moment he sees a dog. If there's no dog, there's no reason for him to get aggressive, right? Because that was what he was bred for. It's not natural to any such breeds. For example, even a pit bull. A pit bull is an incredible fighting machine, but genetically, nature-wise, he is not a great guardian. A pit bull is very human friendly, and he has to be for this very reason. So and also these dogs, right? They don't live with one owner. If you look at it traditionally, usually there are groups, and the dogs keep moving from one group to the other, one group to the other, one group to the other. So they don't have one owner. They have multiple handlers, multiple owners. So they have this so they have this tendency to get attached to people, to be friendly with people. They cannot be. Again, there will be exceptions. There may be certain bloodlines which but even you take any bloodline, not every dog is going to be differing from the rules, so to speak. So in any bloodline you're going to have exceptions, but we are not going to talk about the exceptions. We're going to talk about something in general, and on an average. So on an average, they don't have the true guarding instinct, in my opinion. However, having said that, if you can give training, protection training, bite work training to the dog, then the dog will understand that aggression which kicks in when he looks at other dogs, right? That aggression can be directed towards strangers. two-legged or four-legged, anything. So so when a two-legged stranger, approaches the gate, that with training, that particular instinct can be kicked in, that aggressive instinct can be kicked in, and you can work with, you can channel that aggression in that way, and of course get that guarding instinct going, and then your dog is definitely gonna guard and be great. But when you were to take a livestock guardian dog, right, the reason it differs there is those dogs need to guard their livestock from everything. See, remember, a livestock guardian dog is an independent thinking dog. The reason for that is these nomads, they leave the sheep along with the dogs they keep moving from one place to another wherever you find green pastures. And when they find these green pastures, they in valleys and in jungles, right, so they leave them there and let the dogs, you have about two dogs or three dogs per 200 sheep or something like that, guarding the herd over there, guarding the livestock. And then these nomads camp a little far away. They not necessarily are going to go there and be with the grazers all the time. So they move to certain pastures, set up a camp, and then a little further away, wherever they let the dogs be with the livestock, and the livestock keeps moving and keeps grazing around, and the dogs guard them, and they leave them for days together sometimes. Now, that's great. So what happens is so these livestock guardian dogs need to guard the livestock from everything, from wolves, from bears, from wild cats, like snow leopards or whatever, or mountain lions, snow leopards and whatnot. So all these beasts, four-legged beasts and two-legged thieves. So you also have people, who would love to steal those sheep, right? So these dogs have been bred and programmed for generations and generations and generations to be aggressive, everything aggressive towards everything that approaches their livestock. So what happens is then they become very territorial. They are independent. They don't have their human masters to tell them when to attack, when not to attack. So they have an independent thinking that's developed over generations and generations and generations, and now they've become very independent. They can think, they can assess situations, and this is the reason why those sheep dogs are very intelligent. Why is a Malinois one of the most intelligent dogs? Why is a German Shepherd one of the most intelligent dogs? Or you take any shepherd, any of these herding dogs, they are incredibly intelligent, because they not only have to take on several commands by their masters, but also have to think independently how they have to protect their herd when in the absence of their master, right? So that's why they are also very intelligent and independent thinking. Of course, independent thinking also brings its own other issues. So but in general, what I'm saying is we cannot compare these bully dogs with those livestock guardians, because those are a completely different kind of a dog with a completely different mindset, completely different temperament. And so those, of course, if you were to bring those dogs home, then those breeds will definitely be natural guardians. They're going to be much more aggressive. They're going to, because it's in their DNA, they are going to guard anybody who approaches your property with their life, sometimes depending on the breed, of course. So guys, that's what I think. So can a dog of combat be a good guard dog? Naturally, in my opinion, no. But for 99% of the time, even if you don't give him training, with just his barking and him approaching the gate and his size, the whole visual look that you have, that itself is enough to scare off most of these guys, most of the strangers. But those who are persistent and who do have a very strong will to commit a crime, in that case, they can, in that case, they can befriend a dog like this, because then they don't just do it, they plan, they're looking, all those things. And so in such cases, then if you want serious guarding and protection work, you need to do training. You need to give them training. You need to give them guarding and protection training, and bite work training, and all those things. And once you do that, then the dog understands that fighting energy, right? That aggression to fight other dogs will be channeled over here. He understands that it can be applied here as well, if his property um, or his masters are threatened. If he sees a threat to the property and its masters, and it understands that logic sort of gets ingrained, and he would then understand it. And so this is something very important, guys. And this video has certainly gone off quite long, but I thought I should really give this little explanation to what it is. So guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you stayed for this long in the video, double thanks to you guys. And thanks for supporting my channel. And please do subscribe, like, and share. Ciao.